I would like to thank Norfund team inviting me here today. Also, I would like to congratulate for the 20 years anniversary of their hard work and investing in development. One Earth Future Foundation is actually a family foundation based in Colorado, Broomfield, Colorado, and we work in Somalia to place in investment. And actually today, I would like to answer this question: is it possible to invest profitably in Somalia, which actually, as you know, is a fragile state? And you can see these pictures will come to your mind when you think about Somalia, and either civil war, piracy, and refugees, internally displaced people. But there's also other side of this story, and which actually there's a hope, also growing business, and also hidden entrepreneurial potential of women. As you know, Somali actually are entrepreneurial actually by culture. Also, there's actually a lot of diaspora who are going back to Somalia and investing and helping their people. As you can see, this picture is actually, that first picture is actually downtown Hargeisa. And actually, there's a lot of commercial and residential actually and real estate booming. And also a lot of actually women opening their own business and actually starting and coming back or from a local. And Shurako. Actually, as I say, Shurako is a program of One Earth Future Foundation. And our goal is actually to focus on the Somali economy and mainly to contribute the resilience and peace sector. And what we do actually, we do a three-tier approach, which actually mainly has to connect, invest jobs. So mainly we connect and match the local entrepreneurs to opportunities and resources, and to suppliers and to other businesses. We invest. Actually, as you know, and a lot of people say that today, actually, one of the major obstacles to local businesses in the fragile states or developing countries is access to finance. So actually, we're coming that, and we're actually connecting capital to local businesses in Somalia. And actually, also, our mandate is actually from the foundation to create jobs. So actually, when we help local businesses to expand and get capital, then they actually create jobs and actually contribute to the economy. Shuraka overview. Shuraka has actually developed and expanded local infrastructure over the past 4 years. And as Finn said, actually, the local presence is vital for success for these countries. Because there's no system, there's no actually, you cannot go online and get information. Most of the people, they don't even have an online presence. So actually, that local presence is very important. So we have 3 offices in Somalia, in Mogadishu, in Garowe, and in Hargeisa. And we have 8 local Somali staff who permanently stay there and work. And so our approach actually to investments actually is tailored to local conditions. For example, we created a Sharia compliance products, and actually we created a condition that business friendly, like longer term of payment, seasonal payment. Also, we created tools to check the business, both the business and the client. So we developed tools like credit assessment tool and investment assessment tool. Like for example, the credit we check, we ask references, the clients. Also, we ask the community informally how these people are. So actually, Somalia are oral society, so they will tell you, they're going to stay away from that guy, or he's actually good. Even sometimes we ask the competition. One of the actually asking was actually one of our clients there now, he paid off. I asked his competition. So actually, and he told me he don't like him, but actually he's a good man, he will pay off. Please give him the loan. Actually, we did, and he paid off actually the loan. And so those character checks actually help us to get back the loan. Also, we build relationship with the clients as well, like community bank. So we build that relationship. So and we collect quarterly reports. We visit, monthly. So we have site visits both from the home office, which is Colorado, and from the field. So those long-term relationships help us to collect the payment. So actually, some of them are big clients getting second loan from us. A quick overview about our portfolio. Actually, very small. We are not like Arise, but we're going there. And so Shuraka catalyzed about 8 million actually investments so far. And we created projected jobs over 1,000 jobs. And as you can see, And we are work all the regions. For example, in Somalia now invested, we started there first because of the stability. Our portfolio is about 50%. Puntland region is 33%, and South Central is 50%. We are about 13 sectors. As you can see, fishing sector is 25% of our portfolio. And second is actual agriculture, which is roughly 22%. And 10% is a clean energy, mainly solar. And the fourth one will be the livestock, which mainly they separate the livestock and agriculture. If I give you some examples of the business that we invested, like poultry farm near Hargeisa, actually they produce like 45,000 eggs a day. Before they used to import actually from neighboring countries, but now they locally produce. And another actually trash collection company called Keeps. Actually they paid off their loan. They actually collect garbage and trash from the city of Hargeisa. Now they're in the process of getting their second loan. And if I give you a quick update about the track record, that on the ground presence that actually gave us a high payment rate of the loan. So Shurak relationship driven model has maintained a timeline portfolio repayment. So if you see our portfolio aging, and it's 20, in 2015 loan is late and more than 90%, 90 days actually was 6.3%. And for 2016, if you combine, loan is more than 90 days with 8.3%. So actually, because of the drought, there's some challenge. But actually, they will pay, but they pay late. So you can see the portfolio loan repayment, you see it's correlated actually 95%. So the expected payment and actual payment is very close, as you can see. And although the environment is actually sometimes the drought and some shocks. But so we have very strong loan repayment. And actually, we actually now working closely with Norfund to design and create a new product, which we call the Nordic Horn of Africa Opportunity Fund. So Norfund and Shurak have come together to create this fund. And this fund actually, over a year now we're working with Norfund actually, so we're very close now. So actually this fund is financially viable, and we tested. Also, we will closely monitor the ESG or environmental and social and governance standards of each business. And also, it should have development effects, each business that will receive this fund. And so, for example, job creation and financial inclusion, and on all this, it will be very important. And now, actually, currently, we are approaching other Nordic investors and DFIs, and we also get support from the MFA, Norwegian, and Minister of Foreign Affairs. And this fund actually expecting to receive 5% net return. It will be actually the first initiative of this kind in Somalia. Because of the mainly humanitarian efforts and grants are there, so actually this fund will be the first of its kind in this region. Also, this actually fund will fill a gap, a financial gap in Somalia, as you are aware that the access to finance is a major obstacle in the fragile states. And for example, in Somalia, less than 5% of the population are bankable or receive bank services. So the banking penetration in Somalia is actually very minimum. So this fund will fill that gap. Also, we lay the foundation for peace. As actually a peace foundation, so our goal is actually through job creation that actually contribute in the stability and peace in the region. And the value proposition of this fund, actually the Nordic Horn of Africa Opportunity Fund will be about 10 million permanent capital, a vehicle with a 3 million actual loss protection that will finance Somali SMEs. The strategy of this fund actually mainly we're going to finance local SMEs in Somalia that show proof of track record and proven approach that like existing business that have a financial viability and character reference. So they have to at least have a track record of a year or more. It will be Sharia compliance investment structure, murabaha, which simply means cost plus. So actually, because they don't accept interest rates local and people, so we're going to make Sharia compliance products. The focus will be within 3 years, we're going to create investment portfolio about 40 businesses, so between 30 to 50 SMEs. And also support local business across Somalia. So all the regions, since we have presence on the ground, all the 3 major regions in Somalia, we're going to actually finance all the regions. And the approach will be, of course, as I say, Sharia compliance, which means actually just cost plus. And we'll create also vehicle for long term. So with dividends and liquidity for the investors. So it's easily, for example, we have that 4-year track record now. The investors can gain back their investment. Also, actually, it's a dollarized economy, so the exchange will not affect, so the loan payment will be in US dollars. And And the team, actually, we have, as I said, we have on the ground presence, and we have 8 staff and in these 3 offices. Also, we have another 6 staff in Colorado who actually have support for this fund. And besides fund, actually, we organize forums. And in September this year, we're going to have investment forum in Hargeisa, and working with the local government, also supported by USAID and the World Bank. So you are all invited to come to that investment forum. Yeah. Thank you very much.